you don't have to wait 10 years to get signed to an agency. You know, it's possible to, if you want to come and do something, just do it.
Hey guys, what's good? And welcome to the COSIGN Life. If you're watching this video, that means you co-sign us and we co-sign you. So here are a couple of ways to support us at COSIGN Magazine. Number one, view the description below, click the link, and purchase an issue of COSIGN Magazine. Just like this one right here, physical. You can purchase this. Number two, you can also support us by purchasing COSIGN merch. Hit the link below and it'll take you to all our past merch items, and we'd love to have your support and see you wear COSIGN Magazine. Welcome back to another episode of COSIGN Conversations. Today we have a friend of the magazine. We got my guy, stylist, creative, entrepreneur, Dexter James, also known as Little Fashion Guy. How you doing today, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain, man. Thanks for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
How's your day going?
It's good. Can't complain.
That's what's up. So I want to get the backstory, right? So
Okay.
Have you always been a fashionable person?
Yeah, I have. I think I get it from my family.
Okay.
Like my mom always used to dress me in like fashionable stuff when I was a kid. So
Right.
I think it just translated over once I got older.
And when did you kind of realize, like, all right, fashion is it for me? Like, this is like my niche. This is what I'm really good at.
I really didn't realize it until like 3 years ago when I moved to Dallas.
Okay.
Before I used to think that I wanted to work in visual merchandising, so my mind was more on like corporate level.
Okay.
And I didn't really realize fashion could be a career until I moved to Dallas.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. So where'd you move from?
Louisiana,
Louisiana. What part?
Shreveport.
Shreveport.
Yeah.
How was the Shreveport fashion sense?
There is no fashion in Shreveport.
There is the?
No.
Okay, they still wear tall tees? Or?
Probably. I don't really go home a lot, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's very late.
Okay, so
Yeah.
when you moved to Dallas, was it like a eye-opening experience for you, or like what was your initial thought when you moved here and seen the different fashion scenes in the city?
Yeah, it was very eye-opening. I didn't even know that any of this really existed in Dallas until I actually got here. Like Men's Fashion Week and different modeling agencies and stuff like that. I had no idea that was even a thing here in Dallas.
Got you. So how'd you get into to start styling others? Did you start with yourself before I asked you, or like how did you get to actually becoming a stylist?
Well, I reached out to a friend that's from Louisiana that lives here,
Okay.
and she got me in contact with Princess from Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
And it really just went from there. Started styling, like working with her, and
Okay.
then meeting other people, like Dunn and Junkman and stuff like that, and started making those connections, and then really just like started just doing like my own business and styling, stuff like that, yeah.
Okay. Who was the first person, whether it's model, I know you said the first person you worked was Princess, but who was like the first person that really co-signed you and started helping you get your name out there, was like pushing you without you even having to ask?
Willie Johnson.
Willie Johnson?
For sure.
Oh, Willie's a great.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, yeah, so you started getting you gigs, or how did that kind of help your business grow?
Yeah, so when I started working with Willie, I started making connections with different designers and models and stuff like that. And then once I started doing that, different models would ask me to like collab with them as far as like styling and stuff like that. And then it just generated over to being signed with an agency, and it just went from there.
You started with an agency? Mm-hmm. Oh, which one?
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly.
Yeah.
What's that experience like, signing to an agency? 'Cause I know everybody wants to get with an agency, but like, what are the benefits, or what are the pros, cons, or like, kind of tell your experience about being signed to an agency.
I love being signed with an agency because it keeps like the consistency of work.
Okay.
And then it also sets you apart from other stylists.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of stylists here in Dallas, especially black stylists, aren't really signed with agencies.
Okay.
So that's one thing, a good part about it. The bad part about it is just waiting for your money. I don't really like that part, the 30, 60, 90 day thing.
Oh, they got like net 30s and 60s?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So you could do a job and be waiting, 2 months before you get the money.
Oh, wow.
So I don't really like that part, but
Yeah.
everything else I do like, yeah.
Yeah, man, like once I started conducting business, a lot of corporations are like that as well. Like you'll do a gig and I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know we're on net 30. And when I first got told that, I was like, net 30. Oh, hold on, I gotta wait 30 days.
Yeah.
Like, y'all didn't wait 30 days for
Exactly.
y'all for y'all
Yeah,
services. So,
exactly.
But I mean, that's how business is. So I guess that's, like you said, like that's the con to it. Okay, so tell us, how does one actually get into styling and become a stylist? Because I want to say, I've seen it on your Instagram or some other piece of content you created where you was like, yeah, you can style yourself, but can you style others? So talk to me about that.
How to get in styling?
Yes.
Ooh, just really just do it, honestly.
Okay.
Just really, I always tell people, like, if you want to be a stylist, like, you really just have to be consistent with it, because being that there are other stylists here in Dallas,
Right.
you know, you have to find your niche in your area, what kind of sets you apart from other people. And you really have to just make those connections with different models, and you know, whether you styling yourself and taking pictures of it so people that can see that you actually know something about fashion.
Right.
But it's one thing to dress yourself and then you dressing somebody else.
Right.
So, you know, just doing those collabs with upcoming models, doing test shoots and working with upcoming photographers, and just building your name from that, and really gives you like that experience, and people can see like, oh, okay, you know,
Right.
well, this person is a stylist, and then you get your like your paid gigs
Gotcha.
from that. Yeah.
So what do you look for or account for when you work with somebody? So let's say you've never met this person before, and they're not really a model. They just need something for branding. How do you go about styling them? What do you look at?
Well, I tend to look at their Instagram
Okay.
first, kind of just see like how their style is. But more so really having that conversation with the person.
Okay.
Just seeing like exactly what they need me to do, to
Right.
see if I'm even able to do it or not. But really, it's more so the conversation and really getting to know the person. If it's like a personal styling thing, because you want to make sure that they are comfortable in whatever you're putting them in, because it's not a model, you know?
Right.
And also just seeing exactly, making sure that you're going in the direction of what they need as far as style wise.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you said some cases it's stuff that you're unable to do. Like what would that be? Like, is there certain things you just don't touch or you don't have access to, or like?
Yeah, right now, like if somebody needs something more like a costume or something
Okay.
like that, I don't really have those connections as far as in the costume area.
Okay.
So that's probably something I would have to like give to somebody else.
Okay, refer to somebody else. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about relationships working with other designers or brands, right? How do you build that up to be able to pull clothes? Because I know from experience, like shoots I've done, some stylists either buy and return, some stylists pull. But how do you get the relationships where you can actually pull clothes, use it for a set, and then take it back?
Social media, one.
Okay.
And also going to like networking events and fashion shows and stuff like that. Those are like really big places that stylists definitely need to go to.
Okay.
Because you're able to be there as a stylist and see the designers that are that's actually in the show.
Right.
And be able to be there in front of them and be able to talk to them like, you know, okay, I like this, like I have a shoot coming up, you know, I want to try to pull this. I don't really like to go to the store and buy something and take it back, because then you risk like makeup getting on it and stuff like that, and you have to be like really cautious about it.
Yeah.
More cautious than taking designer something back, because they know that
Gotcha.
it's going to be used for something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when let's say something does happen, like you got like a cream suit, it gets makeup on there, but it's from a designer. Do they bill you like to clean that, or do they just kind of use it as themselves and just take it as, hey, it's a part of the game, I'll just take the content for it? They usually do that?
It depends.
Okay.
Some designers will charge you for it, like charge you a cleaning fee.
Oh, okay.
Some designers do like a pull fee in a sense. So if you pay for it, then if something happens to it, then you already paid them the $50 or whatever the pull fee is.
Oh, okay.
But then some designers, it's a sample piece, so they know that something is going to happen to it. It may already come with like a little makeup on it sometimes.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
So they already got some type of fees installed. But how do you turn it? Because you said earlier that you didn't even know it was possible. Like, but how do you turn it really into a business? Because there's a lot of things in the fashion scene that you can do, right? But then to actually come to do this full time or to actually get paid from it is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
And Dallas already has a stigma of people not wanting to pay
Right.
for services. So like, how did you combat that and start, actually start reaching out to people and getting those paid gigs? Like, matter of fact, what was your first paid gig, honestly?
My first paid gig, let's see. Like personal styling or like on set, like on a wardrobe styling?
Either one. Whichever one comes first to you.
Yeah. Probably personal styling came first.
Okay.
Just working with somebody. Like I think one of my first gigs that I did pay was doing somebody engagement pictures.
Okay.
I think that was like one of the first things that I did.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you even know how like to charge at that time?
Not at all. Not at all.
You just throw me some, or?
Yeah, I just was coming up with a number and they wanted to pay it, so yeah.
So how did you end up fine tuning your fees? I think that's like one thing a lot of creators struggle with, not even just stylists, but like we don't really know what to charge for our services. So like, how'd you start to figure out your fees and your structure?
I'm honestly that's something that I still work on. I do talk to Willie a lot. He's my mentor, so I talk to him a lot about my pricing and stuff like that. But then I also that I'm signed with an agency, I pretty much just go off of whatever my rate is with the agency. So I just use that across the board for the most part.
That's actually smart, you know what I'm saying? Because that way, that's already what you're used to.
Yeah.
And then, the more as you grow, their fees will go up, and then you can grow with it. I like that. So what's something that you haven't done yet that you really want to do, like as far as like a shoe concept, anything?
Something that I want to do, a concept that I would like to do is like an underwater shoot.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Something really fashion, but underwater.
So would it still be like clothes underwater, or more like that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Which brand or designer do you see with that?
Ooh, like a Dallas brand or?
No, I'm talking about any brand.
I would like to put essay stuff under there, but I know that she probably wouldn't want something going underwater with like her expensive dresses. But ideally, I would like to put like her big gown like underwater and just see like a model, underwater moving that, like all the dress floating underwater. I think that would be really dope.
I would be dope.
Yeah.
I wonder what that would take to actually like do that. Like the photographer has to have some type of
I don't even know how that would even be possible, honestly. But
and a model have to probably a lot of test shooting because you got to make sure your face is still still together while doing that.
Probably be a super quick shoot too.
Real quick. I did an actual shoot. It's never coming out though, but I did a shoot with with Nikon and Amanda. We tried to recreate that Michael B. Jordan shoot when he was in like the lake. Didn't work out. So
why?
It was cold.
Okay.
It was cold, and I'm not a model, so you know, I was freezing, so I was really tensed up, and then it just wasn't good for me.
We gotta do it again.
Yeah. And I used one of my old blazers that I got from Zara, and I don't think it wasn't fitting for me. You know what I'm saying? So it just didn't come out right. But I gotta do it again. I've been in the gym too lately, so I think now it'll be a better fit. So I'll see that coming soon. I see that. But who's a stylist, like national stylist, that you look up to? Because there's so many dope creators, but I don't feel like a lot of people, unless you're in the fashion world, know who these people are. So who's like a really big stylist that you look up to?
Oh, Colin Carter for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's he based out of?
LA.
LA.
He's Cardi's B's like main stylist.
Oh, for real? Mm-hmm. That's what's up. How'd you find him? Just through Instagram?
Through social media.
Mm-hmm. You find anybody through social media?
You can. Yeah.
What about his work really draws you to his taste?
One thing that I like about him is that he has taken Cardi and taken her to a whole nother level when it comes to image wise. When you look at Cardi B's image coming from Love and Hip Hop and you look at her image now, she's able to sit front row at Paris Fashion Week and look like a rich woman versus looking like a stripper, how she used to look, at first. And I love that he was able to stay with her and take her to a whole nother level just based off his style. And I can tell that she trusts him and allow him to do whatever he wants to do.
Right. Do you ever work with people that don't really trust you? Like, they'll work with you, but they just don't trust.
Yes.
How do you work through that?
I'm really chill, so I just kind of just ignore it, to be honest.
Gotcha.
But then once I show up on set and they see what I brought, then they kind of just relax a little bit. It's more so coming up to the shoot that they're just like, making sure that I have everything and stuff like that. And it's like, well, you hired me for the job, like, why you just won't trust me and allow me just to do my thing?
Gotcha. I think it's more nerves on their part. Maybe it's like they're trying something new, or they're more nervous on their end, but they're like reflecting it on you. Like I've been there before.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. But people just, if they do hire you for something, they just gotta trust. Because once the pictures come out, they're gonna love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They always do. But one thing I can say about you is you branded yourself really well.
Thank
because I don't know what it was, but it was just like, for me, because I'm not really into fashion, but like I still got to keep my eyes on stuff.
Yeah.
But once I saw your page, I don't know if maybe somebody referred or maybe you reached out. Then I started seeing you everywhere.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's dope that you're consistent.
Yeah.
And you keep doing that. How hard is it to stay consistent though, especially like when you have personal work, personal life, and then still trying to get your name out there, especially with you not even being from here. Like breaking onto the scene was hard enough, but now people know you as well-known stylist in the city.
Yeah, It's really hard to stay consistent because I have those moments where I just don't feel like talking about fashion, or I don't feel like being on set.
Gotcha.
You know, I have those moments where I have to like force myself to, okay, you got to shoot today. Like, don't go on set with this like energy that you don't want to be there. So sometimes I really have to turn Little Fashion Guy on when I necessarily don't feel like it, but I just think about the bigger picture.
Gotcha.
You know, I think about the bigger picture whenever I decide to, you know, move away from Dallas and pursue bigger dreams. And I know that I'm going to be booked even more, you know, at that time. So I can't ever have those moments where I just don't feel like doing it. Yeah.
Gotcha. That brings up a great point. So let's talk about this. So outside of fashion, right, who is Dexter? Like, what do you like to do? Like, where do you spend your time? With, like, who are you outside of fashion? Because, like, I'm pretty sure, like, everybody comes to you on fashion-related stuff. People come to me for cosign-related stuff. But, you know, it's so much more than that. So, like, who are you outside of fashion?
I'm a really chill person. Like, I am a true Aquarius.
Gotcha.
Like, to the core. I'm an only child, so I'm kind of spoiled sometimes. I like being around my friends.
Gotcha.
I like to go out. I like to have a good time. I'm a Louisiana boy at heart, so I do love, like, seafood and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, fashion is who I am.
Gotcha.
You know, fashion is who I am, whether it's Little Fashion Guy or Dexter, but it's just different in a sense.
Gotcha. Do you get mad when people call you Little Fashion Guy? Like, I'm Dexter?
No, not at all. Call me that all day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, call me that all day because I want people to know. Like, more people know me over Little Fashion Guy than Dexter.
Yeah, Dexter.
Somebody will bring up Dexter and be like, who?
Gotcha.
And then it's like, Little Fashion Guy. I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I know him.
Yeah. So how do you introduce yourself, though? Like, if you're meeting somebody new in the industry, do you say, hey, I'm Little Fashion Guy, or you say, hey, I'm Dexter?
I say both.
You say both? Okay. I mean, that's smart.
Yeah, I say both.
Yeah. People call me cosign. I'm like, nah, I'm KG. Like,
Yeah.
I'm KG.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I guess it's different, you know. Because I'm trying to, because with you being a stylist, you have to brand yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to brand a company, so I don't want to be known just for this, because then when I try to step out and do something else, they're like, nah, but you cosign. I'm like, nah, I do jewelry, I do X, Y, and Z. So I don't try to put, you know, in a box.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like the same thing with fashion, man. Like, do people put you in a box when it comes to fashion?
They do. Yeah, they do. I think that a lot of people put me in a box when it comes to styling. Think that I can only do like editorial and like high fashion styling, when I can't. That's not true. Like, I can really do a lot of different type of things. I can do like street fashion, I can do commercial looks, I can do just regular lifestyle looks, but I think people tend to put like my niche of styling in one box sometimes. I
can see that, because I'm not gonna lie, when I think of your work, I do think like high fashion, editorial, like luxury. You know, like, I don't, no offense to people that just do street style, but I don't see street style, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see more, you know, luxurious wear, you know what I'm saying? So it's a good thing.
Yeah, I take it, you know, I take it,
It's a good thing, you know, it's a good problem to have, like they say. So, but that's good, because, you know, but then sometimes, like when I look at like cosign, sometimes we want to put out merch. It's like, man, you just don't want to throw a shirt on somebody. So like, that's when you work with stylists. Like, okay, if it was up to you, like, how would you put this shirt on a girl, but to make it still look fashionable? Yeah. You know, so I think that's where, you know, street style, streetwear can kind of go to the next level. Like
elevated street style.
Yeah, exactly. That's what elevated street style. Yeah. I like that. Is that a coin term?
I mean, sure, go with it.
Elevated street style. That's what we're working on. We're working on elevated street style. Well, nah, that's what's up, man. So I also want to ask you, because I know it's hard out here, it's tough, man. What kind of motivation would you lead to somebody want to get into the fashion world, creative in general? Like, whether it's a quote, aspiration, just something to keep them going, what would you say to them?
Go for it and don't stop. Yeah. Don't listen to the outside noise. Make sure that you have like your core people around you. Make sure a mentor is very important, especially in styling. But I mean, modeling, anything, I think that it's important to have somebody that is already in the game that can lead you in the right direction, but that's going to lead you in the right direction for your benefit, and not going to, once you start to excel, going to try to like bring you back. You know, I think that it's just like consistency. Because there's so many people, models, stylists, there's so many people that want to do stuff, but it's only a few people that continue to do it and be consistent with it and be good at it. You know, you look up a year from now and those same people don't even model anymore, or those same people don't even, you know, want to be stylists anymore. I see that a lot. You know, I see that a lot, man. When you talk about going for it, you did a model workshop, not a model workshop, a fashion workshop. What made you want to branch out and actually teach and help others? Because I get so many DMs and people have so many questions about styling, and I think nobody was really doing like styling workshops on the level that I'm at. And I think that it was really good for me to do a stylist workshop right now because I've only been styling for 3 years.
Right.
And some of the things that I've accomplished in those 3 years, I think it was good for me to give back to people that are able to, they want to be stylists, can see that you don't have to wait 10 years
Right.
to get signed to agency. You know, it's possible to, if you want to come and do something, just do it.
Right.
You know, a lot of
Exactly.
people don't, they try to hold themselves back like, oh, well, I'm not ready for this yet because this isn't, you know, I don't know any models, or
Right.
I don't know where to get clothes from. So they just keep putting themselves off, and then 6 months then pass by and they
Yeah.
still haven't done anything yet. And the purpose of my workshop was to show people, you know, you can be a new stylist and accomplish these things. You can be a new stylist and go for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You plan on bringing it back?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So outside of that, what's next for Dexter James, aka Little Fashion Guy? What's next for you?
Just putting out more work. I have so many publications that I'm just waiting on for them to come out, and that takes forever. That's another bad part of styling that I don't like.
I know about that.
Just new publications coming out, and I plan on doing a sample sale sometime soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know what a sample sale is, tell us about that.
A sample sale is basically not olive, but a lot of the clothing that I've used in shoots and stuff like
Okay.
that I'm not using anymore. And I'm selling them to stylists or models or somebody that just want to just purchase them for their own personal
nice.
wardrobe.
Nice. And before we get out of here, I do want to talk, since I have a magazine, I want to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on magazines and media in 2021 going 2022? Some people say print is dead. Some people think it's, it's a crucial part of media, of entertainment, fashion, lifestyle. So what are your thoughts or point of view on magazines?
I'm a fashion person, so I love Vogue magazine.
Oh, yeah.
I think that print is still essential, but I
Thanks.
do think that it is translating over into like the internet and stuff like
Right.
now. So I think it's important probably to have both of them.
Gotcha.
But like, I like fashion and I like print, so I
Yeah.
like to see my work in print. It's one thing to see it, in pictures like on the internet and stuff like
Right.
that, but it's completely different experience to actually see your work like in the magazine in front of you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I love. Like I say, print will never be dead because people always like tangible products.
Yeah.
Coffee table, products. So print will always be here. You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying? So I appreciate you
Thank you for
coming.
having me.
Thanks for your time. And as always, continue to live the COSIGN life. And make sure y'all follow Dexter James, Little Fashion Guy, at Little Fashion Guy,
Yes.
on all social media platforms, right?
Yes.
All
yes.
social media platforms. And as always, peace.
Hey guys, what's good? Thanks for supporting COSIGN Magazine by watching this video. If you really enjoyed this content, please subscribe, like, comment, and share.